Hi, this is Kaylin with Phoenix here, and today we are going to talk to you a little about abundance. One thing that I love about birds is I find them to be very spiritual. When I observe my birds, I find that they tap into abundance in all ways, shapes, and sorts because they are endlessly and in unlimited ways happy, having fun, thinking that there's always more food coming their way, no matter how much they drop on the floor. And they always think that they can pick at me or try to fly, even when their wings are clipped, and nothing deters them. So, if I was giving you a tip based on watching an authentic animal that doesn't know how to not be authentic, and that just taps into and lives abundance and enjoys so many things, enjoys having a wonderful home, enjoys being loving with me and I'm loving with her, and all of my birds that are like that. That tip would be really, don't let yourself be deterred by anything. Always be foolish enough to think that it's there, it's coming, it's there, it's in the air you breathe, that kind of thing. On the other hand, if I put on my spirituality teacher hat kind of thing and answer the question, how do I increase my abundance, tap into abundance, I would say that I'm going to give you a technique that the most important thing for you to do is define the kind of abundance you want. In other words, you might be after financial abundance, you might want more love in your life, you might want more health or creativity in your life. Abundance is, in a way, such a general term because you can have an abundance of anything. So once you choose what you want to experience more abundance in, then I would say one of the most powerful techniques you can do is to dream. So my definition of dreaming means that you take some time to tap into, sort of like an active meditation, in the sense that you take the time to imagine yourself having that abundance that you want. Then do it again and again and again. In having that imagination, okay, thank you, Phoenix, and in imagining it, there are some quote-unquote rules to this, and what I mean by that is the following. First of all, the best way to do this exercise is to use the two flows of energy, which are a masculine assertive flow and a feminine receptive flow. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? When you're dreaming, you want to both assert the idea, call it daydreaming if you want, except it's not necessarily the same, or maybe it is, it depends on how you daydream. But you want to assert, you want to put forward where or how you want to experience the abundance. So let's say I want to experience more abundance at work. You probably think I want less abundance in parrot kisses. But I want to focus on growing my business. So I want more abundance at work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine myself at work, imagine myself with my workers, imagine myself getting orders, imagine myself growing my business. And I'm going to, at the same time, so on the one hand, let me be clear, on the one hand, I'm asserting those things that I want to imagine. On the other hand, I'm also going to be receptive to it. Like, I see myself at work, I think about myself at work, I feel myself at work, I imagine that I'm at work and we're getting an order, we're getting a lot of orders, things are going well, and then I'm going to let myself have that experience. I'm going to see what happens. I want you to think of this a little bit like you are a TV or a show producer. So that on the one hand, let's say you kind of write a script, and maybe this is a really good example. Imagine Jim Carrey is one of your actors. you can tell by his personality, if you've seen some of his movies, that he is just like wacky and energetic and vivacious and sort of off the cuff. So you might give him some direction in the scene and he has his lines, but then he improvises. So on the one hand, you assert the direction. On the one hand, you assert, here's your lines, you know, here's how the scene's supposed to get blocked, so here's where you're supposed to go, that kind of thing. And then you also are receptive as you watch. You receive a show. You watch Jim Carrey doing his thing. So for me, you know, I'm imagining myself at work. I'm imagining things going well. I'm imagining we're getting orders. And then I watch and see what happens. I feel what happens. I let myself imagine it. I let myself both imagine, which is putting it forward, and watch it, which is receiving it. So if you want, you can think of it as I'm sort of doing this dance with the universe where I'm putting out there what I want and then I'm receiving it. And it's a little similar actually to when you go to a restaurant and you order something from the menu. So you put it out there and then the waitress brings it. So then you receive it. It's that sort of thing. But this is playing in the worlds of energy, using one of your most powerful tools, which is your imagination. Hi, sweetie. And it is also you being active as, if you will, a co-creator of your life. And I say co-creator because there are higher energetic aspects of us at work as well. So this is the aspects of your thoughts, of your feelings, and of actions that you can, you know, take or imagine kind of thing in the scene. And you in that way are shifting and molding and having things happen, having things really percolate, if you will, and come forward. Okay, so hopefully you get a sense of it. It'll actually shift your mood, shift your energy. Now, if you can't quite imagine it, if you start to imagine it and then something bad happens, or, you know, there's like a block, something that keeps you from being able to allow yourself to receive it, then there's an energetic charge that you want to work with. And you can look at several of my flowing videos to look to see how you can move past that, because sort of like a clog in a pipe, you've got a clog, maybe you've found a clog that isn't letting you receive what you want to receive. So you want to make sure to clear that so that when you're doing your dreaming, you've got that flow going and you're doing a really great dance with the universe so that you're experiencing more of the abundance in whatever form you want to experience it. Thanks for joining me in the video. If you loved it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And then Phoenix and I will see you in the next one.